Hello, hello, hello. Going live. We'll just make sure that it's going live in the group. Nothing worse than it not going live. Beautiful. There we go. Beautiful. There we are. Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday night. My goodness, it's Sunday night again. We're about to start a whole new week. It is the middle of June, which means it's cold, hence the beanie. Just got back from the footy for those that live in Australia. The footy is like one of our national sports, and I'm a massive fan. So just got back from that. It's still cold, so I'm going to keep wearing my beanie. Hey, Sarah. So welcome. Tonight we're going to have a little bit of a chat around weight loss. Hey, Catherine. Catherine's here too. We're going to have a talk tonight about weight loss, but specifically the type of weight loss that we can have. Because when you lose weight, you don't just lose body fat. Now, I'm not sure if people know this or it's just something that hasn't clicked. Maybe you do know this. Maybe you've been following me for a while and you've heard me talk about it lots and lots of times. But tonight we're going to talk about where that weight loss actually can come from, and we're going to explore some of the strategies that you can implement to ensure or increase the chances of that weight loss coming from fat cells instead of anywhere else, right? Because there are other places that weight loss can come from, right? So, and that's why, Hayley Ann, that's why we always talk about fat loss more than weight loss, because they are actually two very different things. So before I do get started though, as always with our lives, if you are here watching, you are going in the draw to win a little gift pack that we'll send your way. So make sure that you are commenting, make sure that you are liking. There's stars. You can hit the stars button as well. You can give those stars. Make sure that you are chatting to me in the comments below as we go through, because when you do that, it gives you more and more chances to win a little gift pack that I'll be sending your way. So we do that every time we do a live. All right, so it is actually often skipped a lot in the world of weight loss, right? But we do see a lot more of it now, more than ever. And that is how to actually make sure that you are losing body fat and not losing muscle or just doing water weight. So when the scale goes down, right, when you lose weight, hey Kylie, there are different things happening in your body. So when you see a kilo go down on the scale, it is generally not always a kilo of body fat. Yeah, it could be many things. If that kilo's come off pretty quickly, it's likely to be a water weight. We don't generally burn off a kilo of body fat in a week or overnight, definitely not overnight. Same as we don't put on a kilo of body fat overnight, and generally not in a week either. So when we lose weight like that, it's generally water. Maybe we've not eaten as much. Maybe we were holding less because of our menstrual cycles. Maybe we haven't eaten very many carbs in the previous 24 to 48 hours, so our body's getting rid of the water that attaches to carbs. Now, when we lose weight, so it could be water, of course it can be body fat, but it can also be muscle. And when you lose weight fast, right, when we lose weight fast, or in a way that is very restrictive in calories and excessive in exercise, your body won't just burn fat. It will burn fat, but it won't just burn fat, right? It is very likely that it is breaking down your muscle too, right? So anywhere up to, and this is just data and research, but 25% approximately of weight loss through crash dieting, maybe even more, will actually come from lean muscle, right? Because what happens is your body is trying to survive. It's trying to keep up those energy levels as much as it can. And when it's going quickly, when you're doing it so restrictively, it's going to grab it from wherever it can. Yeah. When you are eating low calories, you're kind of telling your body that you don't need those calories, but you don't need those muscles, don't need that muscle. So it's going to pull it from wherever it can. So muscle is metabolically active and it's a living tissue, right? It helps you to burn calories at rest, which is why we don't want to lose it, right? We don't want to lose muscle. We want all of our weight loss to be fat loss. Of course, some of it's going to be water weight. We discussed that, but we need our muscles, ladies. We need to be holding on to muscles as much as we can, because the more muscle we have, the better hormone support and balance that we have, the better bone strength that we have. It keeps you feeling firm and toned. It gives you strength. It gives you that beautiful shape. It also helps to give you energy during the day. The more muscle you have, the better you feel. We're not just talking aesthetics, ladies. The more muscle that you have and that you keep, right? That is the key to being more energetic. It's the key to being healthier. And it is the key to losing fat, right? To having healthy fat loss, especially for women, because we are losing lean body mass, like lean muscle mass, due to our hormonal changes, right? So again, I'm going to say it again, weight loss comes from three things generally: water weight, fat loss, and muscle loss. Now, if you lose weight really quickly, so let's say you just go on super restrictive diet and you over-exercise and do it for 4 weeks and you lose 6 kilos, 2 or 3 kilos of that might be muscle. Yeah, a good kilo probably would be water, maybe 2. But there is a chance that you could be losing 2-3 kilos of that is muscle. Now that will actually increase your body fat percentage because your percentage of muscle has gone down. Hey, Kylie. So the goal, ladies, is to hold on to muscle and direct your body to be burning fat for energy, not burning muscle. So some 3 signs today on 3 signs that you might notice in your body that could signify that you're losing muscle, right? So if you're not sure what kind of weight you're losing, here's a couple of red flags. I'm going to give you 3. You're losing weight fast, right? There's a good chance if you are losing more than 1 kilo or 2 pounds a week, wherever you're watching from, and consistently, there is a very high chance that you are losing muscle. Okay, almost guaranteed, but I'll never guarantee anything, right? It's almost guaranteed. You will be losing muscle. Yes, you'll be losing fat. And this is why that number on the scale cannot be the end all for you. It can't. Imagine if you lost 10 kilos like you want to lose, but 5 of that was muscle and 3 of that was water weight. And then you've got 2, you've still got a lot of body fat there. And you're going to feel worse because you haven't got any muscles and you'll have no shape. Ladies, we want to make sure that we are not focusing on that scale, right? The second thing is that you're feeling weak and tired and fatigued, especially during basic movements or a basic workout or those things that you do every day. If you're feeling fatigued and just generally unwell, yes, there's a whole lot of things that can be going on. But if you're losing weight and getting weaker, you're losing muscle. And the third thing is signs that you're losing muscle mass is because you're not strength training and you're not eating enough protein. Now, when you eat protein, your body sends it for growth. It is a signal to your body to hold on to muscle because your muscles will utilize that protein, right? Strength training, massive. Ladies, if you're not strength training in some form, you need to start thinking about this. It doesn't have to be at the gym. It doesn't have to be with weights. I'm talking push-ups and squats and lunges and step-ups and tricep dips on a chair, planks. That's what I'm talking about. Body weight exercises. That is a component of strength training. When you are strength training, your muscles are being used. So when you then are losing weight, when you are in a calorie deficit, you're burning more than you're putting in, your body will know that it needs to hold on to that muscle because you use it. Whereas your fat cells don't get used, right? Hey, Lisa. Hey, Kylie. When you are strength training or doing even one workout a week, 2's better, 3's great, right? Doesn't have to be any more than 3. When you are using your muscles, your body knows that you need those muscles, so it will not pare it down. It will not grab those muscles and burn it for energy. It will go to fat stores because you don't use your fat stores. So eating enough protein and doing some workouts is going to tell your body to burn the fat and not burn the muscle when it needs extra energy, right? So how can we fix this with a few key shifts? Just a couple of key shifts and you can make sure that your weight loss on the scale is actually fat loss and not muscle loss, right? We do not want to lose muscle at any point from this time on, ladies, as we get older. We cannot afford to lose any more muscle. We just can't. So, number 1, hit your protein target. The people in our paid community, currently in our challenge or in our members community, you know what your protein target is, right? For those playing along at home who haven't quite got that adjusted or don't know much about that, you want to aim for approximately 2 grams per kilo of body weight. So let's say you weigh 70 kilos. You want to aim for around 140 grams of protein every day. Now that's a lot, right? This is for maximum benefit. There are a lot of, actually I'm not going to get into that because it's very political and I don't want to go political on you, right? So eating that much protein it's hard to start with because we are so conditioned to be eating a high carbohydrate diet and a high processed food diet. And that doesn't have a lot of protein in it, right? So we need to start aiming to be eating more protein. I'm not talking shakes. I'm talking do not be scared of eating your red meat, your chicken thighs, chicken breasts, whatever, right? Eat your eggs, eat your cottage cheese, eat your Greek yogurt, double your steak size, double your chicken size, have 3 eggs instead of 2, all these sorts of things, ladies. We need to get our protein up. Now, if like your goal is like 140 and it's too much, or it's 180 and it's too much, at least start at 100. 100 grams of protein every day. At least start. Now, just for reference, eggs have about 6 grams of protein in them, right? So you need a lot of eggs to get to that many, but you'll be eating other things throughout the day. So hit your protein target. Spread it over your meals so that you'll feel fuller. It will support your recovery and it will preserve your muscle mass. Ladies, the more protein that you eat, you will feel fuller. Your cravings will significantly diminish and your overall health will improve significantly. I'm talking higher energy levels, better focus from the brain and better gut health, let alone everything it does for your muscles and whatever. We've got to be eating more protein. So you want to aim for at least 100 a day, but if you can, be going for that 2 times per kilo or a pound or a gram per pound of body weight, right? So if you're measuring in pounds. The second thing you can do to make sure that any weight loss you have only comes from fat and not muscle is strength training, right? It does not need to be in a gym. You do not have to have a trainer if you don't want one. You don't need to go out and buy any equipment. You don't. Body weight is good. Like I said, squats, lunges, push-ups, planks, tricep dips. Ladies, you could do bicep curls with soup cans. You can do bicep curls with bottles. Anything that is going to put your muscles under tension. And if you're someone who's not doing workouts a lot, those exercises will last you a good 6 to 8 weeks minimum. Just pushing yourself to higher reps, to longer holds, all those sorts of things. And in fact, I might even do a training video on how to get more out of your body weight exercises. Let me know in the comments. Type in body weight into the chat. And if I get enough of them, I might drop you a how-to video on how to get more out of your squats and lunges and push-ups and all those sorts of things without buying weights, without having to go to a gym and spend money there. But you got to drop body weight in the comments below, and then I might record that one for you all. We have to be putting our muscles under more tension than they're used to. For them, it doesn't have to be much. It really doesn't have to be much. but it's got to be enough for your muscles to realize that they need to push harder, which then says to your body, hang on, we can't burn muscle tissue. We can't burn muscle tissue. The body needs the muscle. We've got to get our extra energy from somewhere else. The other place to get it from is fat cells, right? So we have to keep our muscles going. Yep, loving those comments coming through. Beautiful. Lisa's commenting. Kylie, Sarah, amazing. I've got an itchy nose. I'm so sorry. I can't stop scratching. Drop that body weight. Drop the comment body weight below and I'll record that for you. There's so much you can do, ladies, in the strength training department without buying any equipment, without going to the gym. Now, I love the gym, right? But there is so much even I can do as someone who's been in the gym consistently for 4 or 5 years or more. It's probably more. But if I don't feel like going to the gym, there is so much we can do here that will put my muscles under tension. At the very least, it will maintain. It might not grow, depending on where you're at. If you're a beginner, oh my God. Hey, Sarah, hey, Bron. If you're a beginner, those sorts of exercises are going to see some massive gains for you. Massive, in a good way. All right. The third thing that will signal your body to burn fat and not muscle is to stop eating low calories. Stop it. Please stop eating really low calories. Your body will start breaking down muscle to give your body the energy it needs to function if you are not giving it enough fuel from another source, which is food. Stop eating low calories, right? It also will slow your metabolism because your body adjusts pretty damn quickly. And if you are then losing muscle to support energy levels, of course your metabolism is going to slow down because your muscle, the more muscle you have, the higher the metabolism you have, right? Because your body needs more energy. It needs more food to maintain that muscle mass so you can eat more, right? Stop eating low calories. A tiny deficit is better, right? So if you know that you maintain your body weight at, let's say, 1,800 calories, like you don't go up, you don't go, like you're just fluctuating a little bit consistently, then try 1,700 for a little while and watch what happens. Please don't ever go below 1,400 unless you're under the guidance of someone who is in that area. It is so not healthy for the female body to be eating that low. You do not need to. You do not need to, right? And look, this is something that we work very closely with all of the people in our community, whether you're in our challenge or whether you are part of our community. We help you to see what that looks like, what your protein goals would be, what a good rate of exercise would be for you to start seeing some changes without putting yourself under a lot of stress, and what those numbers need to be so that you are burning fat and not muscle. This is exactly what we help people with. So if this is you, that's what we're here for. Please feel free to reach out to me. This is what we're here for, right? Number 4, sleep. Sleep and recovery matter so much more than you think, ladies. A lack of sleep equals high cortisol. Cortisol is a stress hormone, right? Which means more muscle breakdown and more fat storage, period. Go to bed, ladies. Do not be afraid to go to bed and get your 7 to 9 to 10 hours of sleep every single night. You do not have to stay up doing the ironing. Does anyone still iron? I think I talked about this like 2 years ago and was curious then. Does anyone still iron? Do not stay up doing those sorts of things. Get done what has to be done and then go to bed. Right? If you're functioning on 6 hours of sleep, imagine what 8 hours would do for your body. It would be optimal. There's a difference between functioning and optimal, and we want everyone at optimal. Sleep. Please stop being afraid of getting lots of sleep. Nope, says Kate. Yeah, me either. I don't remember the last time I got an iron out. Get your sleep and have rest days. If you are someone who is so hell-bent on losing weight and you are going hard at exercise every single day, you're doing more harm than good. Have a rest day or two every single week where maybe you just walk. You just do a gentle walk. Maybe get down the beach and go for a bit of a beach walk. Something gentle if you want to get moving. Your body needs to recover. Your body also grows muscle in the rest period. That is when your muscles repair and they come back bigger and stronger than ever. We have to rest. Get your sleep and have your rest days. And again, sleep habits is something we do work with women on in our one-on-one programs in our community. If this is something you need help with, we can help you. All right, number 5, the last one. You need to start tracking more than the scale. In fact, I'm going to say throw the scales out. They're a problem. I want you to start thinking about photos. Track progress photos. Track measurements. Track how your clothes fit. Right? So some women will actually gain weight when they start strength training because they're fueling their bodies better and their muscles are holding on to some more water, but their body fat might be dropping. Yeah? Because you're building lean tissue and losing body fat at the same time, particularly if you're in the beginning stages of something like that. Here's the thing. That's okay. Your weight can stay the same on the scale and your shape will change. For example, you could take 2 women who are the same height, but one might, same height and same weight. So let's say they're both 65 kilos, right? Now, person A has 25% body fat at 65 kilos, same height, same weight, 25% body fat at 65 kilos. But person B, also 65 kilos, has 20% body fat because they've got more muscle and less body fat. Those 2 people, same number on the scale, completely different body shapes and metabolic health. Completely different. When I was doing that, I was thinking I'm like that insurance ad. Is it the super? This same age, same wage, this person invested in this. Anyway, that's what I was getting from that. I don't know if you guys were getting that at all. I know ain't nobody got time for that. That's right. Sleep, right? And sleep, says Bron, great. We have to get enough sleep. But also, throw the scales out. Start tracking measurements. Start tracking progress photos. Once a month, take a progress photo of yourself in your undies. If you are seriously on a journey, bra and undies, get some photos. Front on, side on, back. Right? And watch your transformation happen before your eyes. You will not see that transformation in the mirror if you are doing it properly, because you are seeing yourself every day. So you need to take those photos. Now, if you are being silly and trying to lose 1 to 2 to 3 kilos in a week, yeah, you'll see the change in the mirror without taking photos. You'll feel like crap. You have no energy and you are ruining your metabolism. And like I said before, a lot of that weight loss will be coming from muscle, not fat. So you might not even look less fat. Like it's just so random. So don't do it. The other thing I want you to track, or I recommend tracking, I want everyone to do it, but I'm not trying to tell you what to do here, is energy levels. How do you feel? If you are eating better, moving better, sleeping better, and you are feeling more energetic, if you are feeling less gut issues, if you have more energy and you're feeling stronger and the scale hasn't changed, who gives a you know what? No one cares. We don't go around to people and say, oh, how much do you weigh? No one cares how much you weigh. Only you care how much you weigh. We care, are you feeling good? And if you are feeling better and you are feeling more energetic and just so much better in yourself and the scale hasn't moved, who cares? Who cares if the scale has moved? No one. You've got to focus on those things that are going to help you live a happy and healthy life. It's not the scales. The scales will move if they need to. Your body fat levels will drop when they need to. If you focus on being better, feeling better, the weight loss, the fat loss will come naturally. All right. So remember that. Remember that. Fast weight loss equals muscle loss. We don't want that. Not eating enough protein or doing some sort of strength training at least once a week will result in muscle loss. Now, on that one, that will result in muscle loss regardless of the scales, ladies. As you get to perimenopause or beyond, your body does want to start to pare down your muscle. So you've got to use it or you'll lose it. You've got to be hitting enough protein. You've got to be doing at least one workout of strength training where your muscles are under some sort of pressure every single week. Regardless if you're trying to lose body fat or not, you've got to be doing something just to keep your muscle. That's really important. So losing weight too fast will result in muscle loss and not as much fat loss. But if you do a nice, steady, consistent, a bit of a lower calorie deficit, make sure you're strength training, make sure you're getting some sleep, and of course your water, then when you lose 3 kilos, it is likely to be 2.5 kilos of fat and maybe half a kilo of water, right? Because when you lose fat as well, some water will come off with it as well. When we lose weight, there is generally, especially that first week or so, there is generally some water loss, which is fine, right? When you are exercising enough, you are eating enough, you are not restricting yourself significantly, and you're not burning yourself to the ground with cardio or HIIT, you will see fat loss. You are sending that signal to your body, all right, we need that more food because we need the muscles. This body needs muscles because it's using it, and we need more energy, so we're going to go to the fat stores. They're pretty much the two places that your body will use for energy to stay alive. Fat cells are muscles. So send it the signals to take it from fat cells and not muscles. Any questions, ladies? Just going to move that over so I can see. If you've got any questions, drop them in the chat below. Kylie only irons if she's going to a wedding. Actually, I make my husband iron his own shirts. He's pretty good at that. He's pretty good. It does take a second for the questions to come up, so we'll just give it a bit. Make sure you're liking and commenting though, because I'm about to do a giveaway. So if you're still here watching, make sure that you are commenting, because that's where the gifts will go. I'll do a scroll in a second. Beautiful. All right, doesn't look like there's any questions. Amazing. I'm always here. You can always ask me any questions for sure. All right, so let's do a giveaway. Let's do a giveaway, and then you're all going to go to bed so that you can get a really good night's sleep. I know Bron needs to go to bed because she's going to get up early tomorrow. Make sure you get your 8 hours of sleep. It's okay to leave some housework undone to get your sleep. If you are at point, ladies, if you haven't yet prioritized your sleep, start now. You have to start now. You've got to balance those hormones. You've got to balance that cortisol. You've got to be able to balance that muscle retention. You want muscle retention. You will not bulk up like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Right, ladies? I don't know how to, like, I say this so much. I feel like everyone knows this, but they don't. You need muscle. You need muscle to be hormonally healthy now. All right? All right. Rant over. I'm going to do this giveaway, and then you're all going to go to bed. Have a big glass of water and go to bed. All right, let's see here. Scrolling. And I have landed on Bron. Congratulations, Bron. I'm going to give you a little gift pack, my lovely. All right, ladies, thank you so much for watching tonight. Bron, you'll need to remind me. You can flick me a message if you want to, just to remind me, because you all know what I'm like. I'll forget. Have an amazing week. For those in our community, your steps have gone up to 8,000 steps a day for this week, which is 56,000 in total. And we'll be giving those prizes away in there as well. So hit that one. Have an amazing week. Make sure you're eating your protein. Good night, everybody. Go and get your sleep.